Thank you.
Your bleeding has stopped.
How did you?
When I started this channel, I didn't think I was ever going to make a video about The Silence of the Lambs. It's not because I don't have anything to say about the movie, but because so much has already been said. I can't think of another horror thriller that's been given so much praise among fans and critics. It's been referenced and parodied more times than I can even count. Hannibal Lecter is a name still in circulation, especially with all the sequels, prequels, and the TV show that's followed.
Did anybody ever hear of Hannibal Lecter? The young people didn't. Hannibal Lecter. Dr. Hannibal Lecter.
The late, great Hannibal Lecter.
He's a wonderful man. He oftentimes would have a friend for dinner. The late, great Hannibal Lecter would like to have you for dinner. He would love to have you for dinner. He will take you. He wants you for dinner. That's the end of you, by the way. He'd love to have you for dinner. You, right there. Don't do it. If he suggests, I'd like to have you for dinner, don't go.
There are so many YouTube video analyses on The Silence of the Lambs that I thought everything had already been said. However, after watching it again recently, I noticed a filmmaking technique that often has been used in some of my favorite movies: the use of narrative withholding. This is when certain events aren't shown on screen, forcing us as the audience to imagine it ourselves. This is great when you want to add mystery to a character, or leave the ending of a film ambiguous. Think of all the great movies you know where not everything is answered, but the story is still satisfying and makes you think even after the credits end. You may not have noticed the first or even the second time you saw Silence of the Lambs, but it really proves how what you don't see is scarier. In the beginning of the movie, Clarice, our young and determined protagonist, is assigned to get information from Dr. Hannibal Lecter in order to help catch another serial killer who's at large. Before she meets him in the sanitarium, she has only heard things from Jack Crawford and Dr. Chilton, but the way they describe him creates so much tension.
I'll show you why we insist on such precautions. On the afternoon of July 8, 1981, he complained of chest pains and was taken to the dispensary. His mouthpiece and restraints were removed for an EKG. When the nurse leaned over him, he did this to her. The doctors managed to reset her jaw, more or less, save one of her eyes. His pulse never got above 85, even when he ate her tongue.
You can see that Polaroid, but you're painting the picture in your head, and it's not pretty. I also like the use of red lighting. It's almost as if they're descending into the layers of hell. Clarice and Hannibal's first scene together is so engaging, despite being only a few minutes long. But the character with hardly any screen time, who no one can forget, is Miggs, the one in the neighboring cell. I most likely won't be able to play the whole clip since YouTube probably is going to censor it, but I can play this clip of Clarice the day after.
Thanks, Cordelia.
Starling?
Sir?
Miggs is dead.
Dad? How?
The orderly heard Lecter whispering to him all afternoon and Miggs crying. They found him at bed check. He'd swallowed his own tongue.
Look at her reaction. Just look. Hannibal killed a patient without even touching him? What was he whispering that could make Miggs do such a thing? Whatever we were imagining him saying is worse than anything the film could write. Another great example that comes to mind is Dr. Chilton's pen. Now, I know I'm not the first person that's pointed this out, and it might be one of the closest examples to a plot hole, some would argue. Halfway through the movie, we see Hannibal looking at the pen while he's restrained. Later, Chilton loses his pen, and then after we see Hannibal using a component of a writing utensil to unlock the handcuffs. I guess they don't technically specify it's the same pen, but if it is, how do you get a hold of it? Maybe if Hannibal had to sign some documents while in transit, but like I said, we don't know for sure. Hannibal then attacks both guards, and we know he's going for the well-played escape. The police downstairs get suspicious and barge into the room with their guns drawn, only for them, and for us as the audience, to see this.
Oh, God.
Look at what happened. Hannibal killed both guards, turned one of them into a sacrilegious art piece, cut off the face of another guard, swapped clothing with them, took the body and stuck it on the roof of the elevator, and only took him, well, I guess they don't really specify how long it took. Movies are most often not shot in real time, but still, is Hannibal some kind of supervillain? Well, a lot of the time when I watch this movie, it does feel like that. When you think about it, Hannibal's intelligence works not just as a skill, but as a superpower. Horror movies usually have killers who hide in darkness. He hides in restraint, not just as a character, but as a force. Notice how The Silence of the Lambs has only a few flashback shots of Clarice as a girl, and gradually more is revealed about her childhood. But with Hannibal, we don't see any flashbacks and learn very little about his past. It really makes me wonder so much more about his character. Less really is more. I'm sure if you research this movie, you're aware that all of Anthony Hopkins' performance makes up about 25 minutes total screen time, but not 1 second of it is wasted. Director Jonathan Demme crafted so many layers and details into The Silence of the Lambs. He never underestimated his audience. Is there anything you think I missed in this video? Let me know down below.